here's I've heard that some of the places in China that were shut down, they're starting to they're on the other side of this. I don't know if that's true, but I've heard those reports. I think we are on the opposite side of it here. I think we are basically, the wave is, I don't think it's crested. I think it's building. And if you are concerned about the coronavirus spreading, don't worry. Our president is on the case. This is, which clip is this, number one? Yep. Here is Donald Trump with seemingly absolutely zero sense of what a clinical trial is, with zero sense of like how medicine works. I mean, this is, I honestly feel like you could take an average 12-year-old and put them in that chair and they would have a better sense of like what's going on here.
Viruses that the same
Pause
family.
it. We should just say, this is the CEO of Gilead Sciences. They are the ones who are developing the vaccine. They, I believe, in the past have been known for price gouging.
Yeah, the PrEP drug.
They, the what drug? The PrEP? Oh, yes. They did an HIV drug, and they price gouged the hell out of it. So
they're also named after the society from The Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
So I don't trust them.
yeah. Here is the CEO explaining to Donald Trump, this is the federal response to the coronavirus, to COVID-19.
Is the same family as SARS and MERS, and we're hoping it has effects now against COVID-19. So we know in vitro that it has very high effect.
So you have a medicine that's already involved with the coronaviruses,
Yes.
and now you have to see if it's specifically for this. When
Correct.
you can know that tomorrow, can't you?
Well, now the critical thing is to do clinical trials, and we're in the process. We have 2 clinical trials going on in China that were started several weeks ago. They're 400 patient trials each. They're getting close to halfway enrolled. They're enrolling very quickly.
Yet?
Well, we don't know because they're double-blind, randomized trials, so we have to wait till the conclusion of the trial. We expect to get that information in April. Then we've been.
You're doing it blindfolded?
Okay, let me drop my brows to make it seem like I'm thinking about what you're saying as opposed to just thinking about lunch.
Oh yeah, double blind. Yeah.
Double blind, I see, and trials, right? 400, I heard you say 400. And so that's happening. Okay. Tomorrow, right? You can do this tomorrow? Unbelievable.
And look at his weird ass body language. He looks like the bad kid in class being lectured to.
It's like the bad kid if he grew up on Mussolini tapes.
It's like there's such an absence of thought of like, oh, this is going to be ready tomorrow. And then like if you thought like this could be ready tomorrow, wouldn't your next thought be like, well then why wasn't it ready yesterday?
Honestly, people should edit the Apprentice music under all these conversations.
I know.
Because that's exactly the mode he's in.
He's just
It's like,
playing.
so you can get that billboard up tomorrow? I thought that'd be done already.
Exactly. It's total play acting. Like if you thought that they had already developed this thing and that they could find out tomorrow if it works, like why wouldn't they have done this like, I don't know, 2 weeks ago or like a month ago? This is another clip of Donald Trump. In the last clip that we had, Donald Trump did not seem to understand what a clinical trial was or why you couldn't find out if pre-existing medications that were developed to deal with similar viruses to COVID-19 can't be used. But in this instance, he is just like, what if we just took random vaccinations
Just spitballing here.
and just like, I'm just saying like, maybe one would work.
But the same vaccine could not work. You take a solid flu vaccine, you don't think that would have an impact or much of an impact on corona?
Pause it for 1 second. I want to go back here because there's no such thing as a solid flu vaccine. Like, I'm not saying that he thinks that there's actually like a vaccine that's not in liquid form, that he thinks it's solid. But like the concept of like, like a good flu vaccine.
Yeah, not one of the bad
But-
ones.
Not one of the ones that doesn't work. Like
The premium line.
Like the good kind. Like the kind the good kind. His doctor, like to get him to do flu shots was like, this is the best flu shot. And Trump's like, oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Right. Okay. So like I'm getting the good stuff, right? None of the low end flu shot. Here we go.
But the same vaccine could not work. You take a solid flu vaccine, you don't think that would have an impact or much of an impact on corona?
No. Probably not.
Probably not.
So that's why.
Probably not. Probably.
That's the answer I was expecting.
Yeah, probably
A
not.
lot of dumb people think that.
I call it Corona because I'm so familiar with the thing that I got to shorten it. That's what I call it. I call it the Corona, right? The Corona. Probably not. Probably not.
Probably you could take some Pepto-Bismol and
But-
it would probably do something good for it, right? No?
What about
Oh, no?
what about like other diseases? Like what about like a polio vaccine? Would that work? Like what about like a Theraflu? Theraflu maybe? Would that work? Just like God, man. And all these people sitting around that table, just like, God, all of them should just be rolled up. Now, like, there's some of them, right? There's one or two people in that room who are just like, this is like an insult to everything that I've spent my life doing. The idea that I would have to be talking to this like King Joffrey here, like a dumber than King Joffrey, but it's the only way that I can assure or make sure that I can move the ball forward into like saving lives. Like there's one or two people in there. The rest are just sort of like, I hope I get a raise, or like this is going to set me up in some way.
Hope the next investor call is positive on this meeting.
Exactly. God. Jeez.
Honestly, if anybody has free time, compile all of these Trump on coronavirus clips and put The Apprentice sort of like transitions and music underneath it, and you might have something really dark to
Yeah,
laugh at.
exactly. Dun dun.